Sup, B? I've got a feel story that I've tried my best not to think about in 2 years. It's a long one, so bear with me if you're interested. Be me, 19. Recently had to quit playing college football in the SEC. It was always my dream to play football, so feels bad, man. .avi. My girlfriend, my high school sweetheart, dumps me. Dates and fucks like 3 more players, and my new college friends who also played started hanging out with her in lieu of me. What a jersey chasing whore. My heart breaks. I binge drink, and I nearly Ann Hero a few times. Have some good friends back home who pull me out of that shit, though. Shit goes off and on with my ex-girlfriend for a while. Realize I'm just her drunk booty call, which would have been awesome if I didn't love her. I break it off, and start doing shitty in school. Lose federal aid, have to transfer to a shitty community college, and now I'm a loser. Only other skill is I can play piano fairly well. Play at a shitty dive bar on the weekends for a little extra cash. One July Saturday night, I'm playing Crocodile Rock while some burnouts drink in silence. A group of girls walk in. That's when I first saw Emily. This 12 out of 10 goddess amongst a sea of depression and regret. The whole room notices and the place seems to lighten up. I continue to play as her and her friends talk and drink. About 45 minutes later, the whole group is a little tipsy. As I was playing, I noticed several guys approach the group. Some of her friends take the bait and dance, but not her, not my perfect angel. She comes over to my piano and asks if she could sing while I play. Sure. Ask what she likes. Something older and slow if you know anything. Okay, sure. Start playing I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. At first I think she may not know it, but she starts singing along with it. She has the most beautiful voice I've ever heard. She could seriously be a professional singer. Finishes up. At this point, I'm in love. She smiles and said I play really well. Put something in my tip jar. Her friends and her leave. She looks and smiles as she disappears. I thought, forever. Notice she left me her number as I was counting out my tips. Holy shit, .jpg. I can't believe my eyes. I wait 3 days and I text her. We seem to hit it off almost instantly. Make plans for dinner. We meet up. Lasagna is seeping from my dockers. I've been out of the game far too long. She looks gorgeous. The most beautiful girl I've ever seen. She's so cool and we have so much in common. She makes me laugh as much as I make her, which is rare. Not even concerned with sex. I just want to talk with this girl forever. After dinner, we walk through the park. Just talking. Talk about deep stuff, old relationships, fears, dreams, all that good stuff. Didn't think someone could feel so close to someone so fast, especially someone so pretty. Next thing we know, it's 1:30 and I take her home. Do you want to do this again? Of course, Anon. I haven't had this much fun in years. I go in for a kiss and she pulls back and laughs. I'm horrified. Just kidding. Then she goes in for the most passionate, beautiful kiss I've ever had. Even as I type this, I can still smell her perfume and feel her soft lips as a nighttime summer breeze blows gently through the sky. I have ran out of a stadium as 100,000 people cheered for me. I've climbed mountains. I've overcome obstacles that seemed literally impossible, but until that moment, I had no clue what true happiness was. Fast forward 6 months. We've been dating with no problems at all. She wants to get a place together, so we've been looking. Haven't had sex yet. She had a bad experience in high school. Her boyfriend beat the shit out of her when she wouldn't want to give it up at 16. She wasn't ready yet, and I was absolutely fine with it. One weekend, I take her back to my hometown. She meets my best friends and my ultra-religious family. They love her. I take her for a ride down the back roads of my rural hometown. We make love for the first time on a hay bale in a field while the moon shined down on us. She cried after and said she loved me. For the first time in a long time, I was truly happy. 3 months after that, we were moved in together and I was planning on proposing. One day, I come home and she seems off. I ask what's wrong and she snaps at me for the first time since we met. I keep asking if there's something wrong and she keeps getting even madder. This isn't like her at all, but I brush it off and just go to sleep. The next morning, she has already gone for work before I get up. When she comes home, she apologizes and gives me a key on a chain, pick related. She says it's the key to her heart, and I'll be the only one who has that key. Everything is great after that. One day, a few months later, we're getting kinky. I have her handcuffed up against the wall doing her thing. She sneezes and covers me in a mist of blood. She's freaking out, but I just laugh it off and we finish up. Next morning, the sheets in her face are covered in dried blood. Figure she's got some nasty sinus troubles. Get some medicine and the nosebleeds stop. But a week or 2 later, she starts getting some terrible headaches. This part gets hard to type, and it took me forever. Go to the doctor. She has bleeding on her brain, caused by a large brain tumor. Doctor gives her 10 months. We both fight through her chemo. She was so strong, bros. Have a few good times in the darkness. Both try edibles for the first time. Helped her appetite and we had a good time being high. I finally propose. She says yes and I plan the wedding. Tell her she's gonna beat this. A few months go by, but she's getting worse. The tumor hasn't shrunk enough for the already extremely risky surgery. She has to go to the hospital, in and out of consciousness. Doctor says she doesn't have long, and it's time to say goodbye. I've been a wreck. I can't handle this shit. I go and see her. She's so small and has to wear her ring around her neck because it won't fit on her finger. Her eyes are still so strong, so loving, like the first night we met. She's barely awake now. I'm crying so hard and telling her I love her. In the most quiet yet beautiful voice, she starts singing Can't Help Falling in Love with You. She goes to sleep for good this time. We had her buried in a floral sundress she used to wear on our picnics. She looked so beautiful. We laid her to rest in the woods on my family's plot, where I'll be buried one day. I'll never be the same, B. I will never love again. And Hero comes to mind, but I know she wouldn't want that for me. I try to be happy, but I just can't. A while back, her mother stopped by and gave me an envelope. She said Emily told her to give it to me on my birthday. It was a letter saying she loved me and that she loved it all. The next few lines changed my life and gave me hope in my new world of darkness. When the waves lie down and the sea spreads, we shall be one again. Hand in hand, the joy will never end. As you journey through life with me by your side, always know that deep down inside, you hold the key to our love. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. I can only pray she's right, B. I can live the rest of my life in misery if there's a chance she's out there waiting for me somewhere. I hold the key to her heart, and that's all I need.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Baby, pull over, tell me are we concrete?
B in high school. I have no friends, so I always sit by myself at lunch. One day, this guy comes and sits at my table. It's clear from the beginning that there's something wrong with him. He's a little slow. I start talking to him, and eventually, we become friends. One day, he tells me that he has some type of brain damage due to complications while he was developing in the womb. Still stay friends with him. Start going over to his house, and notice his family is very distant from him. He tries constantly to form a relationship by doing nice things for them. They always reject him, though, because of his disability. Coincidentally, my life was a little similar, but because of different reasons. We soon become close as brothers. He comes over and plays some video games. A few years later, he admits how depressed he is because he was never able to form a good relationship with his family members, complains about them all the time. They've pretty much abandoned him at that point. I'm in a similar situation, but nowhere near that extent. My family won't contact me in any way, shape, or form unless they need money from me. A few months later, I barely see him anymore. Try calling him, but he never picks up. 2 weeks ago, I find pic related in my mailbox. Instantly heartbroken. The only real friend I've ever had. Drive to his parents' house. They tell me he committed suicide the night before. Spend the next few days drinking until his funeral. Today, a few kids from high school are there as well as most of his family members. My family also shows up just because of how close me and him were. His family speaks about him and talks about how great of a person he was. I'm infuriated. I go up to the stand, completely break down before snapping at everyone, tell them all how horrible they are and how all he ever wanted was to form a good relationship with them. Tell them that I'm actually disgusted how any of them even showed up. Read his suicide note out loud to everyone in the audience and break down again. I'm the only person in the funeral who is showing any form of emotion. I point this all out to them. Ask my own family if they are going to pretend to care about me after I die like his family is doing. Storm out of the funeral. Come home, get numerous angry calls from everyone who attended the funeral. His mother tells me that a real friend wouldn't have done something like that. Explain that I was the only friend he had and I was closer to him than she ever was. Carefully explain how she, along with the rest of his family, abandoned him for so many years because of his disability. Call her a fat bitch and hang up the phone. My own parents call and start yelling at me. Ask them the question that I asked them at the funeral. She tells me it's not even important. Tell them it is, but they just don't realize it yet. Go to the local Home Depot, buy some rope, and come back home. Planning to hang myself in the woods behind my house tonight. Not even going to write a suicide note because I don't feel like giving them any form of closure. That feel when I know that people will pretend to care at my funeral. The only reason I posted this story is because I just wanted to say that he absolutely loved all of you. We both did. Hey man, I'm really sorry you have to find out like this, but I just can't take it anymore. Nobody cares about either of us. This world left us both a long time ago. I hope you don't feel too lonely without me, but I feel like it is just time for me to go. I am too stupid to get into college, so I will never make anything of myself. My own family will not even contact me these days. I have not seen or heard from them in months. It's probably better if I just go. You were the only friend I ever had in my life. Thanks for all the memories, but I am just too depressed to go on any longer. Jason. Hey guys, Dovahbruh here at the end. Just like every video, just wanted to let you guys know, yes, these are two kind of short stories. I did put them together, so it's like kind of long-ish, maybe. Told you guys over till I can get my next video out. But I am about to leave, and I've been working a ton because like we've been getting slammed because it's seasonal or whatever. So I just haven't had a whole lot of time, so I did try and like get at least something out for you guys before I go on my trip vacation thing. Also, in the description below, you will see my pinned comment. There are a few links down there: my Steam account, my Discord page, and my GoFundMe page. You can join my Discord. It's a community Discord for everybody if you just want to hang out and whatever. Add me on Steam if you want to play any games. We can play Overwatch, PUBG, CSGO, fucking Terraria, Left 4 Dead 2, I don't give a shit, whatever floats your boat. And then a GoFundMe page if you'd like to leave me like somewhat of a little like tip jar kind of thing, because YouTube demonetizes my videos. And I'm probably just gonna buy like pizza with it. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and be sure to like the video. This has been Dovahbruh. I'll see you guys in the next one.